All right, guys, let's keep things moving here with today's tip of the week. We were bouncing around ideas, Rick, Patrick, Sherilyn, and myself before the webinar, and we thought covering member reviews, which is something we haven't covered in a long time, would be great for this week's tip of the week. So we're going to focus on 5 important ways to leverage member reviews on your website. And by a show of hands, how many people out there, if you want to just use the raise your hand feature, are using or have activated member reviews on your website? Let's see if the hands up there. I think by the show of hands, I'd say about 20-25% of the attendees here today are using member reviews. So hopefully after this presentation, more of you can activate and enable this feature on your site. So what are member reviews? Pretty self-explanatory. Visitors come to your website and they write testimonials, feedback, reviews about the experiences they've had with the businesses and members listed in your directory. Some of the benefits of member reviews, and they actually go beyond the 6 things that we've listed here. Pat, I'm going to pass it over to you because you kind of helped come up with the majority of this list here. Besides the unique content, because when people write reviews, it's generally unique content, and Google loves that. It makes your site fresh and unique and helps with your search engine rankings. Can you tell us a little bit about publishing positive reviews on social media channels?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that reviews overall is probably one of the most underutilized features on directory websites. And the reason I say that is that from an end user's perspective, as well as from a member's perspective, it's the one type of content that visitors of your website really find helpful and members of your website really benefit from if they're positive reviews. And basically, it's a way to make everybody happy and drive great traffic to your website. So when you're getting good reviews from your members, that's basically taking care of coming up with good content. Because I know a lot of people struggle with stuff to write on social media. What do I post on Facebook? What do I post on Twitter? What do I post on Instagram? And basically giving a shout out to a member that got a great review in your community. If I have a lawyer directory and I see one of my competing lawyers or another firm get a shout out on social media, I'm going to be like, what is this company that is giving a shout out to my competitor? I mean, my curiosity is going to be piqued. So there's lots of positives that come from really starting to focus on your review module. And Brilliant Directories has a really easy to use reviews module. And in this presentation, I'm really excited to show people all the different options. And depending on the type of site you have, you could choose a strategy that really works, that's going to work well for you.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, reviews help with your SEO. It's more content for you to share. And when people see reviews, they're going to react to it. So it's a great way to engage members, prospective members, visitors on your website, and so on.
Yep.
All right, so we were talking about 5 ways to leverage reviews for your site. And there's 5 key settings that you can enable on your Brilliant Directories website that give you a little bit more form and control over the behavior of reviews and how members interact with them. Let's start with the first 3. They have to do with how reviews are approved or moderated. So you can use these different settings for each different membership level. So your free members can have a different set of privileges than your paying premium members. So the first one would be reviews are automatically posted without moderation. So a visitor comes to the site, they publish a review, and it's live on the member's profile right then and there. The second one is where you can give the privilege of your members to pick and choose which reviews they want on their profile and which ones they want to delete from their profile. Naturally, they'll probably want to remove the negative reviews, and therefore it's more like having a bunch of testimonials on their profile page. The third one requires a little bit more work from you, the admin and website owner, is where you approve and delete reviews as they're published and sent into the system. And then 4 and 5 here are 2 really cool settings. One of them is allowing members to reply to reviews, which is another way to add more unique content to your site, again, which Google loves. And number 5 is actually rewarding your members by pre-sorting them on your website by members that have the most reviews. So obviously that's going to encourage listed members to generate and acquire reviews on your website. So let's look at the pros and cons of these different settings and different models that you can have for member reviews on your website. Pat, I know you had strong opinions on this one. You said that if you were going to have a review site, this is probably the one you would start with, is letting visitors publish their reviews without any moderation.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is, and I understand why a lot of people opt to have members control if a review goes live or not, because you're thinking that's my customer. I don't want to have a paying customer get a negative review and not get published. And that's okay, and we'll definitely go over that in another slide. There are positives to that approach. And like I said earlier, it really depends on your views and your particular niche, what you think is the right strategy. And in my opinion, the person I want to take care of the most is the end user, the person that is visiting my website. And I'd like you to put yourself in the shoes of a visitor. I go to a restaurant and I had an absolutely terrible experience, and I want to leave a review and I want to let people know it wasn't a good experience. I come to your website and I publish the review. I go out of my way, I write a long description about what happened. I hit send, and then I'm like, oh, it didn't get published. And then maybe I'll understand there's a moderation. But if it doesn't ever go live on the website, as an end user, I'm going to be pretty frustrated, and it might seem like an illegitimate website that's protecting its members. So I might not trust that any longer as a review site. And for those of you listening to this, I definitely want you to stay till the end of this presentation, because at the end of this, we're going to give you guys some ninja strategies on how to overcome that. So if you absolutely want to have members have control, we're going to give you guys some great tips on how you can avoid having the public think that it's a scam, so to speak. So definitely hang in there. But if it is a review website, if that is your focus, if it's one of the core features of your site, I always do recommend having it go live right away and giving that end user an experience that they would expect.
Not only that, yeah, I think that's what users expect. I use Yelp and I leave reviews on Yelp, and I'm happy to see that my review is live instantly. People can always flag reviews, or the member, you can moderate or remove reviews after they've been published. They don't have to live on, if they violate your review guidelines or whatever you create for your guidelines for reviews, you can always eventually delete those even after they're published. Part of what I wanted to do here, Pat, is actually showing people how they could set these settings up. So when people publish reviews, how it can get the different rules that we have here, how in this case they can get published without any moderation. So let's take a quick example of the site we have as an example. So we're going to use this interior design website here, and actually let's leave a review for this member here. Nope, this membership level doesn't have the ability to leave reviews. Let's find a member who does have reviews. Okay, this person here. All right, so let's write a review for this sample member, Stacy Hartwell, and I'll show you the settings after this. So this is a test review from Jason, and this is an awesome review, and we'll give 5 stars all around. And we'll do Jason and Jason at jason.com. Perfect. So let's submit this review. Remember, the title is Test Review from Jason. And we're going to submit review. And it says your review has been sent. Let's go back to the page. Now let's go back to Stacy's profile page. And let's look at the reviews here. Well, wait a minute, Pat. The review, did I set the settings back? I did set the settings back. Fails. All right. Let's go look at the settings that would need to be enabled for that to go live right away. All right, so we're going to go into the dashboard area, and where these settings live are actually under the membership levels, the manage products. So let's go to manage products, and we'll go ahead and edit this diamond member.
And why, Jason, would you put that setting in manage product? Why wouldn't you just make it a global setting for the entire website?
What's nice is you can because the way that members interact with their reviews is either a privilege or a restriction based on the membership level. So members that are paying you more, your premium members, you want to give them more privileges and control potentially. And members who are potentially free members or lower tiered members, you want to remove some of those controls and ask them to upgrade in order to unlock some of that functionality. So it's based on the different membership levels. So I'm editing the diamond membership level, and this is under search visibility. And if you scroll down here, Require all reviews to be approved by the admin first. We're going to set this to no. Ability to accept and delete reviews for the member to do so, we're going to set no. And let's see who this diamond member is. So this diamond membership level has the correct settings. So let's see who this member is. It's this test member. So let's view the profile of this test member. Let's do this again one more time real quick. So let's write a review for this diamond member. Another test review. This is a test review. And we'll do 5 stars all around. And again, we'll do Jason. Perfect. All right, Pat, I promise you this one will get posted right away.
A Jason promise, I like it.
All right, let's go back to this test profile. They should have 2 reviews now. They had one prior. Here's 2 reviews. Here's the review I just posted right now. So this was added to the person's profile without any moderation, and it's live instantly. And if you recall, the settings were, and I'll just go back a little bit. Search visibility. Requires reviews to be approved by the admin, no. Ability to accept, for the member to, we have to add the word member there, for the member to accept and delete their own reviews, set to no. So no one is moderating the reviews. They're getting published right away.
And I was going to say, and it leads into that 4th point. So one of the reasons I really like this setting, and you're right, this is the one I'm a champion for, is because if you allow your members to approve their reviews, then there's no urgency for them to interact with your emails. If I get an email that says, hey, you got a review on your website, I don't have to open it. It could be good, it could be bad. I'm in no rush. I get another email a week later, hey, you got another review. I may or may not open that email because, again, there's nothing that could be hurting my brand or my reputation. However, if I know reviews go live and I get an email that says, you have a new review on your profile, and that's the email that I'm getting, and that's what happens, they are notified via email when they receive an email and it's published, then you better believe I'm going to open up that email, and I'm going to make sure it's a positive review. So you're getting your members to engage with your website and stay on top of their profiles. You want them logging in. You want them opening up your emails. You want them digesting your content, and you want to be on their minds at all times. And this is, I really like that about automatically posting reviews.
So you're basically saying keeps your members on their toes.
That's exactly what I'm saying, yeah.
Awesome. Also, when negative reviews are automatically published and your members are kind of aware of it, they're going to want to figure out ways to potentially resolve that or get the review removed or respond to the review. So negative reviews are actually a great way to have your members engage with you on ways to mediate the review that was left there. And part of that could be upgrading them to an account where they can accept or delete their own reviews, or at least have the ability to reply to reviews. So even negative reviews for your members are great opportunities to engage them and provide great service and unlock more functionality for them. All right, let's get into number 2 here. Number 2 is when your members can approve or delete their own reviews. And this probably has the highest value for members of your site. And obviously, if members have the ability to approve or delete reviews that are submitted for them, it's going to be a little unbiased. I'm going to assume they're going to keep all the good reviews and delete all the bad reviews. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. So number 1, the reason this has the highest value for members is potentially it's just showing them in the best light possible. So members can delete all their negative reviews. And when that happens, their profile actually becomes a really strong advertisement for their business or company. And you might even, here's just a ninja tip for you, you might want to rename the word reviews to something like testimonials or case studies or references, something that it's, because reviews are either going to be positive or negative, but testimonials generally are going to be positive. So by renaming it, you give it more proper value for what they are. And again, when the profile becomes a strong advertisement for the member, they'll probably stick around on your site a bit longer as well because they're getting displayed in a positive light on your site. And as we mentioned, it's an opportunity to upgrade members who want this feature. So maybe your higher tiered membership levels have this ability to do this and your lower tiered members don't. And also, because they're going to be acquiring, compiling all positive reviews, perhaps. It encourages those members to get more reviews on your site, so they're going to be directing more of their customers and clients to leave reviews for them on your website. One of the downsides with this, when your members approve or delete reviews, is the end user, the visitor, they may not see your site as an unbiased review site like Google reviews or Yelp reviews where you're seeing positive and negative reviews. But again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The profile, in essence, becomes an advertisement for the business. And if you change the name from reviews to testimonials, then all makes sense for the person, the onlooker and the visitor of the website. Let's dive into how you would set this up so members can approve or delete their own reviews. Let's stick with the diamond member example. I'm going to backtrack and start from the dashboard again, and we'll stick with this diamond member here. So you want to go to your manage products, and I'm going to edit the diamond product level and search visibility and ability to accept or delete reviews. I'm going to set this to yes, and I'll go ahead and save the changes. All right, let's leave this guy a review now, test. I'm going to call it member must accept. This member must accept the review. And we'll do 1 stars across the board here. And I'll just do a different name here, John at john.com. All right. Submit the review. And let's go to the profile page first. Great, so there's still only 2 reviews here. Before, this one got automatically published. The other one is not published. Actually, this guy just got an email saying he got a review. So it's just a test listing, and it's asking him to log in to look at the review and see if he wants to accept or she wants to accept or delete it. So let's log in as this test member here. Okay, great. So I logged in, and I have a little notification badge here under Manage Reviews. I'll go ahead and click on that. And I can see my accepted reviews here, the 2 that I have, and I have 1 pending here. And here it is. And Pat, do I want to accept or delete this review?
I believe you'd be better off deleting the review since you've been given that option.
Okay. Again, I'm thinking of my profile as an advertisement for my business, and I'm paying $20 a month, so I have the ability to do this. So the review has been deleted. And now I still have my pristine record on my profile page.
And I think just so people can go into the heads of their potential members, a lot of us on this webinar today, if you speak to people that have businesses, and in many cases your members are business owners, the ones that sign up, one of the biggest challenges in today's environment is the negative reviews you get online. So people are scared to send people to a review site and say, make sure you go to this site and leave a review after you ate this food. Like if I own a restaurant and I send everybody to Yelp at the end of their meal, I'm taking a risk because maybe they had a bad experience, and I'm reminding them they can go to Yelp and they can leave a negative review. So basically, this, even though it's not my favorite option, option 2, the angle I would take if I was talking to a business owner, if I was selling the concept to them, is I would say stop taking risks with online sites and reviews. Send them to our site and tell them, if you enjoyed your meal, please go to this site and leave us a testimonial. The wording testimonial, automatically people realize it's a positive experience. There's lots of sites that do testimonials. It's just a different angle. And then me as the restaurant owner, or maybe I'm a handyman or whatever the niche may be, then I'm going to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I will start sending people there. And then when I'm promoting online reviews to my potential customers, I'm going to put your badge on my website because that's the site I want people to go to, because everything they're going to read is positive. Because one of their biggest angst is one negative review. Just one bad apple out there, and every industry has bad apples. You just can't make them happy no matter what. They go and blaze you in one negative 1-star review. So I'm relating to that business owner. I can feel their pain because they've lived through that 1-star review, and I leverage that, and I tell them I can offer you an alternative option for your business and to send your happy customers to. So I really, if that was the option I'd go with, I think that's the best angle to go with.
Those are really good points there, Pat. All right, number 3, this is when you, the website owner, the website admin, moderating all the reviews that come in. And again, there are benefits, the pros and cons to this as well. Number 1, it is the best way to moderate your content. So you just don't want any random content coming onto your site, and you don't trust your members to approve or delete valid content, then you as the website owner definitely want to look at all the reviews coming in. Maybe you do it daily, maybe you do it weekly, maybe a staff member helps you out, but you log in and you can see all your reviews, and I'll show you an example of this in a moment, and then you can approve or delete all the valid reviews on your site. So the benefit is you'll see all the reviews coming in. And an additional perk to that is it's a great way to maintain a pulse of what's happening on your website, how much usage you're having, how many reviews you're receiving daily or weekly, and you could set milestones and goals to do marketing efforts, again, if reviews are important on your site, on how to increase those numbers. And you can really gauge your marketing efforts based on how many reviews you're receiving, again, daily, weekly, and monthly. So it's a great way to stay involved with your website. One of the downsides, a little bit, there is a delay between when the visitor publishes the review and when it goes live on the website. So again, the visitors probably, their expectation is that the review will go live, but you could curve that by with messaging saying, thank you for your review. It's currently pending moderation and we'll notify you once it's live. You can do that in an email, the auto email that gets sent to somebody who's filling out a review. And also, as you saw when I do the reviews, there's a message on the screen. That's a text label. You can modify that message based on the way you've set up how reviews are approved on the site. Pat, you mentioned this one, delaying negative reviews from being published. Can you explain that? Let's say a negative review comes in. What's the benefit of having a delayed negative review from being published?
Okay, this would be if you decide that you're going to publish all reviews. So you're going to take care of the end user. That was my concern in the first option. So your motto is, I'm always going to publish the review. However, maybe for my top tier, my premium members, on the pricing page, I'll say they have a 48 window to mediate a negative review before it goes live. So I can notify them, give them premium customer support and say, hi, John, or hi, Sarah. This is Patrick calling from X website. I just want to let you know we had a new review come in. It's a 2-star review, and it's from a certain customer. And I wanted to give you an opportunity. Maybe you could reach out to that customer. You can sort it out with them. And if that customer with that email can email into us, we won't publish that review. And you have a 48-hour window to do that. And if you're not able to resolve it, that review will be going live on our website.
Perfect. So it's a way to engage your members when they get a negative review. It's a way to further engage the person who left the review. And it's a way to provide a good service to the member. So if they get a negative review, they could be proactive. Maybe they didn't know the customer had a bad experience and they're finding out through your website. So they could be proactive. You can notify them and they can have a 48 or whatever amount of time to resolve it with the customer. If the customer emails you saying, yes, please take down my negative review, I'm happy now, then the business avoids a negative review, you're saying?
Correct, exactly that.
All right, it sounds more hands-on, but again, if you're moderating reviews, this is you're wanting to be more hands-on as a website owner in the first place.
And I did say it'd be something I'd probably offer for premium members because now it's a service. You're not just a listing directory. Anytime you're offering a service, you're able to increase the price of your membership. People see a real value to that, and you let them know if you upgrade to this level. Another thing I love is if they do have a negative review that goes live on their site, let's say they're on the free tier, and instantly gets published on their profile. Guess what you have to talk about when you call them? You can let them know that if they upgraded to a paid level, that they would actually have a 48-hour window or a 1-week window or whatever you decide to give them. But it gives you a service that you can offer them that other review sites are not offering, and you may be able to use that as an upsell opportunity on that call.
Awesome. Yeah, again, it's a little bit more work on up front, but the benefit is you are more involved, and being more involved gives you more opportunities to engage members, upsell members, provide better service and experiences. let's modify the settings so the admin has to approve or delete the review that comes in. Let's go back here. All right, this one I am going to start from the beginning again.
Real quick, related to the topic you just discussed, Emily shared on the questions the way that she controls or moderates the reviews related to negative reviews, right? Is that basically she says that if the user gets 4 or 5 positive reviews, then she'll take that negative one down. So it's just another way to work on that one.
That's great. So gamification, utilizing, perks and benefits based on number of reviews or the amount of time you're on our website. Every year you get one. There are services where you get over a period of time, like a year, you can request to have any review removed from your profile, no questions asked. So there's lots of things you can do based on your review guidelines that you create for your site. That's a great suggestion there. All right, let's edit this diamond membership level. So we're going to go to the search visibility, and under member review settings, we're going to require all reviews to be approved by the admin first and set that to yes. Okay, let's go to this test guy and let's write a review. Oops, looks like I'm going too quick here. So let's call this admin needs to moderate. I'll just copy this here, and we'll do 3 stars this time. And we'll do Pat and pat@pat.com. Save the changes, submit review. All right, so your review has been submitted. So this is a message you can modify and say, thank you for your review. It's currently pending and will be published. And if approved, it'll be published in the next 24 to 48 hours. So you could set the expectation if you guys are moderating reviews. So the user, again, they don't feel like they came to the website and nothing happened. Let's go back to the previous page. So if we go to this person's profile, remember there were 2 reviews and there still are 2 reviews here. So let's go to the dashboard. And where does the admin of a website see the entire bank of all their reviews? It's under members and member reviews. Perfect. So these are all the reviews on the site. Actually, more recently, we've added some great filtering settings here at the top. You can filter by the status, waiting for admin, declined, accepted, pending, the overall rating of the review, and you can search by email and also keywords within the review. So if you want to search for bad words or things like that, you can definitely do so. Let's use the filter. Let's just search for waiting for admin, and there's one here. So Pat, I see this this review. It says admin needs to moderate. Everything looks good to me, so I want to change the status to approved.
Fantastic. So you can do it just as easily as that. And that's going to send out an email and you're prompted, which is great.
Exactly.
And the person that gets the email is the member. So what I love about that setting is if it's only the admin, if the admin approves it first, the member doesn't get notified they got a review, because of course, if that was the case, they'd be very confused not to see that review in their dashboard. So the only time the member gets notified of the review is when you, the admin, have actually approved it. And then depending on whether or not they have the option to approve it or not, they're going to be able to see that in their dashboard.
That's 100% correct. And there's one more cool thing you can do, Pat. Under the actions here, you can actually edit the review as the owner of the website. Now, obviously, you don't want to skew or change reviews and make false statements and claims, but you might want to fix something that's misspelled, blatantly misspelled on the website, so you can, again, make sure the content on your site looks good and everything looks correct. So you can definitely edit the title, the review, the stars if you wanted to, and even the person who submitted it. Again, mainly you'd want to do this to correct the spelling of a review, and then you could save your changes. So a nice little added perk there. You are the website owner. You have full control of these things here. So now if we go to, if we can look at the live review here, So here it is, admin needs to moderate. We can go back to the account for test, and we should see 3 reviews now published. This guy's really racking up the reviews quickly here. So here is the review, admin needs to moderate, and the admin did moderate it, and now it's public on the website. All right, fantastic. Let's keep things moving along here. Sherilyn, you had a good gamification model also. This would also be a little bit of a manual process, but you had mentioned that, for example, free members, you would only approve, let's say, maximum 3 reviews or 5 reviews, and anything, and if they received more reviews, you would ask the members to upgrade their membership level. So they'd be limited by how many reviews the admin would publish based on the membership level, right?
Yes, promote, different membership levels. Hey, we have some waiting for you. Upgrade so we can publish them for you.
Yeah, if you're only, I mean, this would be manual. You would just kind of see how many you've approved for that person. And if the free members only get 3 and you see you've approved 3 for that person, but they have 10 waiting, I would call that person and say, hey, why don't you upgrade to our next level? You're obviously getting a lot of traction on our site. You can even offer them a promotion, a couple months free, anything to get them signed up as a paid member to add value to your product or service.
Yeah, especially if you're working with like a very specific niche with a very specific, clients and businesses. I think it works really well in that kind of situation.
Absolutely. And again, another excuse to contact and engage your members. All right, let's go to number 4. This is actually an add-on. It's allowing your members to reply to reviews. So when they receive a review, there is an option for them to write a response back to the review. To the reviewer, to the person who left the review. Key benefits of this, just like the review itself is unique content for your website, which Google absolutely loves, the members' reply to the review will be added unique content, which will help with your search engine optimization. Google loves unique content. Google does not like duplicated content that they see on each and every website on the internet. It allows members to respond to negative reviews. So maybe you're not letting them delete the review, but at least the member can say their 2 cents and offer some kind of help, saying, sorry you had a bad experience, please come back to our restaurant and dinner's free on us next time, whatever the case may be. It gives them an opportunity to provide their 2 cents and make a public attempt at a resolution for the negative review. And then the flip side of that is allows members to thank the visitors for their positive reviews and let them know that their feedback, our team loves feedback like this, so thank you so much for the positive review. Also, as your members are replying to reviews, the businesses and companies are replying to the reviews, it gives them a voice and a personality. So sure, they have their business information, their phone number, their address on their listing, but being able to respond to reviews is an opportunity for them to have a personality and a unique voice and character in their responses. Another thing, a little gamification here, is you can choose to only activate responding to reviews for premium membership levels. So your lower tiered plans or your free plans don't have the ability or privilege to respond to reviews, and your higher tiered plans, you can open up the functionality for them to respond and reply to reviews. So let's look at an example of how to enable this, and we'll actually reply to a review so you can see what it looks like on the website as well. All right, let's dive into it. So let's go back to our settings here. I'll start again at the dashboard. And everyone together, we go to Manage Products. Let's edit the diamond level in this example. Okay, and we're going to go to Search Visibility. And here is the option Member Can Reply to Reviews. And this is an add-on, so you want to make sure you have the add-on enabled for this. And I'm just going to set this to yes, and I'll go ahead and save the changes. And I'll log into this test user account, edit listing. I see I have a new review here, actually. And now what I have is this new box here. It says write public reply to this review. Same thing here. Each review can have a public reply from the member. So let's do that now for your review. Our team loves feedback like this. And let's save the reply. And the member can always modify or delete their reply also if they want to remove it. Let's go to their profile page now. And let's click on reviews.
That's awesome.
Tests replies. That's the member's name. And then here it says, thank you for your review. Our team loves feedback like this. And to take it a step further, so this is the unique content I'm talking about. And then if we click on the review, on the page it says the reply also. Thank you for your review. This is the page specifically for this review. Thank you for your review. Our team loves this feedback. So actually the reply shows in 2 different places per review. Let's move on to number 5 here. And this is sorting members by most review. And when we say sorting, we mean how they display in the search results first. And this ties back into rewarding members who have more reviews on your website. They've obviously taken the time, they value your website, they're directing their clients and customers to leave reviews. So why not reward them or give them an opportunity to be rewarded by giving them higher visibility and more visibility by showing first in your search results. So I want to show you how to do this. You basically want to choose the option to order members with the most reviews first. So let's use this, continue using this sample site here. Let's just do an open search. And we have some, there's only 22 sample members on this site, and they're just being listed. It actually looks like alphabetical order here, Pat. And also their member search level priority. Let's change this. First of all, there is an option here to sort by most reviews, but you'd have to do that manually. All right, so Test is showing at the top results. So we're rewarding Test for having the most reviews on the site. Stacy is number 2 with 1 review on the site. And then the rest of the members are being sorted accordingly. So very nice. Again, this is a way to reward members who have more reviews and also encourages members to get reviews published on your site. All right, great. All right, some ninja tips we put together for you. This is perfect for best of sites. So if you're creating like top 100 or top 50, it can actually be based on the number of reviews that they have on your site. And here's a little bit of an advanced tip. If you only want to show 100 results, for example, or 15 results, you can use what Sherilyn shared. You can limit the listings to only 15 in the search results, and you can actually hide the pagination so you can't ever go to page 2. So they're basically, visitors are locked seeing only those 10 or 15 or 100 results, and those are your top members on the site. And if people want to make the list, they have to get more reviews on your site.
And that's a great, I love that approach. Launching a directory, maybe it's a Tampa Bay directory, maybe it's a Miami directory, and you go out to businesses and you say, all my listings are free, and I only show 3 results for each category, and it's going to be the people who have the most reviews. Guess what the businesses are now doing? They're trying to compete to get the most amount of reviews. They're letting their customers know your business exists. They want to show up in search results. They want to be considered the best of their industry. And once you do that, then you start being relevant. And the moment you start being relevant, then you can start charging for services and advertising. It's a great way to be original and to offer something of real value and to get your members engaged.
That's right. Then it's just a race for reviews. And again, you can have a category and limit it to, again, 15 searchers. Even if you have 1,500 members in that category, only display 15 and remove the opportunity and the ability to go to page 2 and 3. And now it's a race to get into that top 15 list there.
Exactly. And we call them ninja tips because, of course, it's when you want to take this advice to the next level. It's more advanced marketing strategies that do require a little bit of manual work, but I do think that these are really effective, and this is personally my favorite slide of the presentation.
All right, great. Number 2 is utilizing the reviews as social media marketing assets. So go ahead and tag the owner, tag the business, and publish the review on social media. If you're getting steady reviews to your site, you can do this multiple times per day or a few times per week, but it helps promote your site, and members are going to appreciate it as well. And their competitors are going to wonder, who is this site and why is my competition getting reviews on this site? I probably want to be on this site as well.
If I have a business, I have a veterinarian perhaps that has a large social media presence. He gets a good review. It's difficult for people that run Facebook pages to publish your posts when you're kind of promoting your website, your directory. But if I go to that veterinarian's Facebook page and I share an amazing review that's live on my directory website, that owner is more likely to allow that post to be published, and everybody that clicks that person might have tens of thousands of people on the page. Now that's driving a ton of traffic to my website. I think it's one of the best kept secrets for getting organic free traffic to your website just by sharing those positive reviews on your members' Facebook profile pages.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, number 3 here, change the star rating criteria for your site. I'm just going to backtrack to the settings real quick. There's one that we didn't cover here. Let me go to dashboard. Let's always start fresh. Now this one you guys are probably going to want to utilize. So there's 2 things I'm going to show you right now. Let's edit the diamond membership level. Search visibility. This one says hide review star rating options. So what that's going to do, it's going to hide all of the, when I was checking the star rating 1 through 5, it's going to get rid of those. So all the person has to do is put a title and the review description. So they're not going to be choosing star ratings. Makes it a little more streamlined for the user experience, but it'll hide those star ratings if you as the website owner don't care about the star ratings, you just care about the title and the description of the review. Now, here's the second part of that ties in with number 3 here. Change the star rating criteria for your site. All right, let's go to leave a review for this test member here. Okay, you are not locked into this text here: overall rating, speed, responsiveness, expertise, results, communication. In fact, you can remove all of them with that setting I just mentioned in the membership level, or you could just potentially keep 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me show you how you can edit and remove some of these as well. What you want to do is, these are text labels. So let's go to the dashboard. Sherilyn, 10 points on figuring out the complete profile thing. All right, so what we want to do is settings and go to text labels. And what you want to do is search for the word criteria here. Okay, great. And we have the overall rating, speed. This is everything we're seeing on the front end there. So you could do a couple things. If you leave these blank, those star ratings go away. And in addition to that, you can change these two. How was your experience? And probability to visit again. And let's just keep these and say, what is your overall rating? So we're turning these more into questions rather than the one word. So I'm removing a few and I'm changing them. And this is a great way to make the reviews custom to your site and really give it a feel that's unique to the market and industry that you're serving. So I just saved that, and let me refresh this page. I'll do a before and after actually. Perfect. So this says, what is your overall rating? And you can see there's only 3 now. How was your experience? 3. Probability to visit again? 2. So you can add or remove as many as you want, and you can also change what the wording is to give it a personal touch for your target market. And again, that's in the text labels. Use the search filter to search for the word criteria, and it should pull up it should filter for all the criteria for the reviews. Pat, you came up with this one. If you can find companies in your industry who have negative reviews online and invite them to join your site, and using the strategy where you tell them that they can improve or delete reviews that are not favorable to them.
That's correct. One of the biggest challenges I think directory owners face is getting through to the decision maker. And I think that's it's the gatekeeper that you have to call. You call a company and they block you. Now, what I think is a great advanced ninja marketing technique, or sales technique, I should say, is you go on Yelp. If I owned a dog walker directory or any industry whatsoever, I could go on Yelp, or I can go to an online review site. And what I would do is I would look for companies that have terrible reviews online. And these are desperate companies looking for an alternative to be able to promote on their websites, because it's really important for social proof if I'm on someone's website that I can click and I can read testimonials or reviews.
On a third-party website.
On a third-party website, exactly. So your directory could very well be that replacement. If I have a 2-star rating on Yelp and I have 13 bad reviews, basically I've abandoned ship. I'm not going to even try to send traffic there because I don't want anyone to even look at my profile. So those are the businesses that when you call them and you say, I have an alternative for you, they're the ones that are going to be like, what? I am all ears. I would love to hear what you have to say because these negative reviews are killing me. What are you proposing for me?
Right.
And then that goes your speech.
So online there's services, there's reputation management services. And the goal of reputation management services is 2 things. 1, remove negative content about a business online. 2, if it can't be removed, suppress it or move it lower in the search results, or at least mix it into the search results. So basically, you can approach companies that have bad reviews and offer them a lifeline where you can kind of curb and help with the negative reviews that they've received by providing them with some type of reputation management services via positive reviews that they could have listed on your website. So yeah, that's a great strategy there. If you're stuck and you're not getting people to review, you're not getting visitors to write reviews, why don't you and your staff write reviews for that you've interacted with already and add them to your website? So you could take a proactive approach and start writing reviews yourself for the companies that are listed there if you've engaged with them. And then number 6 here, make sure to use the updated restore code for the reviews. So if your reply to reviews aren't showing, or if you're seeing something on our demo site and your site looks different, as long as you haven't had custom work done, I would always say it's a safe bet to restore the default code for a particular feature, whether it's on the profile page design or the search results page design of the site.